Hey, so today we're going to talk about conditional probability and the multiplication rule. So first we have to define these things. So first let's start off with what is conditional probability. Conditional probability is the probability of an event occurring given that another event has already occurred. And there are two kinds of events, independent and dependent events. Independent events are events that don't affect the probability of the occurrence of the other event. And dependent events do affect the probability of the occurrence of another event. An example of an independent event would be flipping a coin. What the coin lands on with the first flip will not affect the second flip, so it is independent. But a dependent event could be leaving ice cream in the sun and the ice cream melts, because the ice cream melts because of the heat of the sun. It's dependent on something else. Okay, so let's see how we can use conditional probability in math with an example. Okay, so let's say that there are 3 sunflowers and 5 roses in a garden. If I take 1 rose out of the garden and don't replace it, what is the probability that the next flower I pick will be a sunflower? Okay, so we started out, as you can see, with 8 flowers in total, but then I took one. I took 1 rose. Oh, so I took 1 rose. Also, this right here is our equation. It means the probability of B occurring, okay, so it helps us find the probability of B occurring given that A has happened. All right. So when picking the first flower, it's a dependent event because it will affect the occurrence of picking a sunflower the next time. And referring back to our equation, which means the probability of B occurring given A, we can see that the 7 remaining flowers will be our A event. So then we put 7 at the bottom. And since we were trying to find out the probability, I'll pick a sunflower next, and we have only 3 sunflowers in the garden. 3 is going to be our B value. Okay, so the probability of picking a sunflower after I picked a rose is 3/7, or 0.4286. Okay, let's move on to the multiplication rule. What is it? It's a way to find the probability of 2 events happening at the same time. And this is the equation for it, which means the probability of A and B occurring can be found by multiplying the probability of A occurring times the probability of B occurring. Okay, so let's see an example of that. All right. So, in this example, suppose my garden has gotten bigger, and this time I have 12 sunflowers and 8 roses. 2 flowers are picked. What is the probability that both of these flowers picked are going to be roses? So let's find our A and B values. Let's find the probability that the first flower, A, is a rose. So there are 20 flowers total and 8 roses. So that means that the probability and I pick a rose is going to be 8 over 20. All right, let's find our B value. So we got rid of one of the roses because that was our first pick in this scenario. So now we are left with 19 flowers in total. And let's say I pick a rose this second time. The probability of that happening is 7 over 19, and that's our B value. So now that we have both probabilities, let's refer back to the formula. Okay. All right, and so what we do is we just plug in these values. See, our A value goes here, and our B value goes there. The order doesn't matter, obviously, because it's multiplication, but okay, so this leaves us with our answer, 14 over 95, or 0.1474. That's how you do it.